Hello, YouTube. I'm back again. Today, I want to talk about consequences. Now, we all have consequences. No matter what you do in life, there's an action and a reaction. You know, so I'm just going to say it like this. I mean, everybody knows what's coming down the road, what's coming down the pike, as they say. We got decisions to make, and we're going to have to live with those consequences of those decisions that we do make. Like if you prepping and you got family members that are not prepping, and all of a sudden out of the blue they tell you that hey, I want to come to your place. It just makes me laugh. I just tell them, okay, yeah, just come on, come on. You know, but don't come empty handed because you better start prepping today since you say you want to come here tomorrow. Because some of them just think they want you to do all the work because of that total laziness. And it is out there. Everybody that watches the news and watch TV knows what's out there. But it just surprises me. Hello, Tina Domes. How you doing? Hello, Donna. Hello, Northern Girl Hobbies. How you doing? So I'm just saying, it's crazy because we didn't get into this mess overnight. This is not an overnight thing. See, we can pretend that the problem was created by one person all we want to. And we can ignore the fact that this has been going on for decades. And that's how we got here. This is not a one person problem. You know what I mean? We got both parties. They're out there, they screwing up. It's like they never been in office before. They've been in there for over 40 years. Now they're gonna have to face the consequences when they come up to their precious midterm elections and see how many of them get voted out. Hey, Homestead Aquarius, how you doing? Yeah, this is not to be coming here. Yeah, well, it's gonna be hard, but some of them I have to tell. Some of them I might definitely have to tell y'all can't come here. Y'all can come here all y'all want to, but I guess y'all can stay out in the front yard. I guess because y'all can't come in. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Is that what that song says? Yeah. So anyway, and like I said, I don't know. Maybe a lot of you don't remember when Reagan was president, and we haven't really been stable since. You know what I mean? We had the Bushes and the Clintons and Obamas and Trump and Biden, but we haven't been stable since the Reagan administration, and that's a sad thing to say. It is really a sad thing to say because society has become so fake, excuse me, that the actual truth bothers people. So that's all I tell you is the truth when I'm here. You know, and a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. I was telling somebody the other day, 88% of Americans they want this stimulus package. 88%. And I gotta say, I'm one of the 88%. Anything that's gonna give me extra money, it ain't gonna cost me nothing. I mean, I take it. But yet we got these rich donors, the big uh, oil and big farm lobbyists out there that's spending mega millions to keep this from going through. They go into these corrupt Democratic, I'm gonna call it like it is, these corrupt corporate Democrats and giving them money. I mean, they getting richer. It's just amazing that I see this and nobody else seems to see this. How can you go into politics and only have a few $100,000? That's all you ever made. You only had a few $100,000. You go in there, you've been in there for 40 years, and all of a sudden you got multi-million dollars. I'm not talking about $5, $6 million. I'm talking about multi-million dollars. I'm talking about you in the 90 to $50 million range just by being a politician. Somebody please tell me what the secret and how you figure that out. Maybe they're getting inside trading like that one politician did that was getting it and she stepped down. What is the secret? Hold up. Let me see who's in the chat. You gotta go home, but you can't stay out here. Okay, Klingon Princess in the house. How you doing? And No Hustler 30 Okay, true scared. Nobody accepts the truth. Yeah, and Canadian cabin girl is here. Is it snowing up there yet? Where you at, Canadian cabin girl? Because I know we got some snow out west, and they say this weekend's gonna drop. We're gonna be maybe in the high 40s to mid 60s because we got Indian summer right now. Today is gonna be 80 degrees. Matter of fact, it's 80 degrees now. Yeah, so it's coming. Winter's coming. And we all know about dark winter that everybody predicting. I've been predicting bad winters. Every winter's a bad winter around here because we get snow and we on the lake. We get lake effect snow. Every winter's a bad winter. So anyway, like I was saying, everything you do has a consequence. If you elected to prep, then you're doing the right thing. If you don't elect to prep, then you're doing the wrong thing. It's on you and you alone because it's the consequences that you have to pay when everything goes bad. If you decide you don't want to buy a generator, you say you can live by candlelight, that's on you. But you can't go to the neighbor next door and say, let me have a couple of flashlights and some batteries. No, no. And a lot of people out there, I mean, we got 350 million people in America. And a lot of them out there are kids, so I'm not counting the kids. I'm talking about the adults. They are not prepared. It's a sad situation, and they see what's happening. They see the disasters in Texas. They see the disasters in New York. They see the disasters in Louisiana. I almost say Los Angeles. I mean, they see this, and they still don't believe it. And they know that the government can't help you. They'll come later after everything has died down. But they can't come and help you when that wind is blowing 100 miles an hour and that rain is flying sideways and the tree fly by you. I mean, you're going to have to be the one to make the decision on how you want to prepare for something. If you don't, you're doing a misdeed. You're doing a misjustice to your family and misdeed to yourself because you know better. Especially if you watch preppers. They think for years and years and years they were thinking preppers were crazy. See, I didn't know what a prepper was until like 1995. I didn't know what a prepper was. And then I found out. I said, "Oh, that's good." So I started putting stuff away. And the only reason I found that out because we had a big blackout here. You know, and this guy he had one of them antenna, giant antennas. He was in what would they call them? Shortwave groups or something like that. Civil Air Command or whatever it was. And he had this at his house. And he had all his ham radio stuff in there. He says that's what he does. And he says he prep. I say, prep? What do you mean prep? And he explained it to me. And then when he did that, I started prepping. I mean, I started slow, couple of days, then a week, then a month, and now I'm where I'm at now. And it's amazing that people don't realize this, and they see it on the news. You cut on the news, the first thing they start talking about is food insecurity, high prices of food, supply shortage, and then the pending war with China. Maybe a civil war with us. I don't know, but that civil war thing, I don't know because I have no idea who the enemy is. I have no idea who the enemy is. Let's see. Veteran, prepared veteran is in the house. People these days are too distracted. They forget too easy. They forget too easy. Yeah, you're right. They have short-term memory. Full farmer permaculture is in the house. Teresa's in the house, and they don't think anything will ever really happen. You're right. People always think it can't happen to me. Donna, now they looking for a tinfoil hat, so we are geniuses. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys something before we start. Uh, my channel's fine, as long as I don't mention artificial intelligence and lizard people in the vax. They'll leave me alone. So I'm not going to mention that, but I'm going to mention this about AI. That's our biggest worry. But I'm going to leave that alone right now. Let's see. Teresa said, I've got to run a few. Excuse me. Let's get popped up here. A few, but want to say hello. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I always appreciate many views that I get, and I'm glad people even take time to listen to me. Hey, John Coffey, how you doing? That's the Unpaid Explorer. Yeah, he's a Greater Cleveland. We call Cleveland. I'm Cleveland, and then we call Greater Cleveland is the suburbs that connect right on to Cleveland. I mean, you can walk across the street, and you're in Cleveland, and that's where John's at. He's that close, that close. So anyway, I was talking about basically political corruption as far as what's going on in our political system right now. Uh, we got these corporate Democrats that's going to have to pay the consequences when they get finished, but they get much money now. It's like a free for all with money. These big pharmaceutical companies and these uh, oil companies and all these companies out there are throwing money at them left and right to keep all these bills from passing and tying it up. And they hired 1,500 new lobbyists, from what I understand. See, my problem is when I get frustrated and get stuck on something, I start following the money. And the money led me to Washington, and it led me to a bunch of corrupt Democratic politicians. And I cannot say their names because I know I will be sued or maybe disappear. But I'm just letting you know where the problem lies right now. Okay, John Coffey say I'm a wise man with experience. We should listen to what you say. Somebody should tell my wife that. She don't ever listen to me. We went from one extreme to the other extreme politically. You're right. Like I said, it's not just one man. It's the system that is broken, and they breaking it on purpose because there's no filter. They just do what they want to do. Matter of fact, this guy that ran for president, what's his name, Andrew Yang, he said that the only solution is to create a third party. He did. He said to create a third party. That what's his name? Andrew Yang has said that. What was he talking about? He says you got the 20% extremists to the left, you got 20% extremists to the right, then you got 51% of regular Americans like me that will vote for whichever is best as far as bills and stuff like that goes. But you got these other politicians that's out there that don't care. He said 62% of the people that were polled said they would be happy with a third party coming in to balance things out. I don't know. It's politics. And like I said, when I start talking politics, my head get warm and it starts to hurt. I don't need the headache. Oh, by the way, a couple of days ago, Facebook cut off all information coming out of Australia. Did y'all know that? You couldn't get no information out of Australia through Facebook. They cut down and cut out the news sharing. That was crazy. I don't even know if they got it back up. That was the other day. Facebook, yeah, they flexing their muscles and they can't do it. And another thing, all these people out there that said that they never were going to buy a gun, they're buying so many guns now that gun stores can't even keep guns on the shelf. It's crazy, That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Hutch Holmes said third party still ain't enough. Need at least 20. yeah, it's gonna be something. I don't even know how they're gonna fix this. I don't even really understand the whole situation. Yes, pray for Homestead also. Yes, he's stuck over there. Well, that's where he lives. He's not stuck, but I haven't heard from him in a while. I just hope he didn't get caught up in anything over there. And they usually round up people like me. Like I said, it's like I said this before, and people laughed at me. It's like Radio Free Europe over there. They say that's not Europe, and that's not like the Iron Curtain over there. But yes, anytime that you put soldiers in your hood, boots on the ground, then you occupy it. I don't care if it's your soldier. If America start putting soldiers in my neighborhood, we're under occupation. And I've seen that before. I have seen it. I have seen the Jeeps with the machine guns on the, and I've seen the tanks in the parking lots of our school. But that's a whole nother story. That's back in the 60s. That's a whole nother story. I've seen it. But it's not something you want to see. It is not something you will ever forget. Hey, Lord Bird, how you doing? So I'm just saying, yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. You know, they these lobbyists out there, they making these corporate Democrats rich. You know, I mean, they all steal money. You know, I'm gonna go back to what I said in one of my other videos. You remember all that money that they spent on trying to impeach President Trump? Somebody should ask themselves, and I said this in that video, where is all that money going? Who are they paying? They're the ones that are sitting in there. They're the ones that are out there, and they're paying millions of dollars to themselves. You see what I'm saying? That's how they're getting rich. They're getting salaries. They're supposed to be doing their job, but yet they're stealing money. Say, well, we're going to have to pay so much money to get this job done. But they're paying themselves. See, they steal right in front of you. You know what I mean? They're building the people, and it's just crazy. See, people in politics know how to steal money. They know how to steal money. I had seen it firsthand when they stole all that money from the post office that time. Cost a few congressmen their seats up there, but they didn't care. They got the money. Yeah, best yet journey. Hello. Hey, Nikki, how you doing? That's the everyday life of an ODC chick. Yeah, so anyway. They always in session to vote for a raise. Yeah, they get a raise, but they don't work. How many vacations do they get? They're going to go on vacation again. It's crazy. I think they work 100 days out of a 365 days a year, and then they get mad if they say you got to stay over and work until you get this bills done. It's just crazy. It's crazy, you know. But that's the way it is. But on a good note, because I'm not gonna stay really that long. On a good note, Captain Kirk. You know, James T. Kirk, William Shatner, he went up into space. You know, he's one of the guys that I idolize. Him and Mr. Spock. You know, I met Leonard Nimoy at Comic-Con a few years ago before he passed away. Yeah, Leonard Nimoy was a nice guy. Matter of fact, James T. Kirk was there. You know, William Shatner there, but I didn't get the chance to meet him. He was so many people around. Yeah, but anyway, I'm so glad that he did get actually a chance to go into space. That was great. That's fantastic. 90 years old. Amazing. Yeah, that was. Let's see. Politician killed Rome. You're right. Politician did kill Rome. Let's see. Unpaid explorer. Nancy Pelosi's husband is under investigation now for insider trading. Nancy is not happy. Oh, of course. But you know what? Even if he get convicted and they find out that he did do something wrong, you know what's going to happen? Excuse me. Nothing. Nothing. She's one of the deep state politicians. And when you're a deep state politician, nothing happens to you. How many 40 and 50 and 35-year in office politicians that's in Washington right now have you known to be convicted? None. Let me tell you the ones that get convicted. The ones that only been in there maybe 7, 8 years because they still learn the skills on how to steal. You know, take a skill to steal. They trying to learn that, you know, they trying to be the biggest conman they can. Let's see, Elon Musk should sing Captain Picard up on SpaceX. That's a good point to compete. And send Commander Janeway too. They back because she's in Ohio. She married one of our county commissioners. But anyway, that's another story. So anyway, like I was saying, there's always consequences to whatever we do. And like I say, when you're a prepper and you decide to make that decision and say, look, I'm going to dedicate myself to preserving my life, the life of my kids, the life of my grandkids by being a prepper. I'm going to get them on board if I can. If not, I'm going to still go ahead and do it. See, fortunately, my wife is on board and my daughters, that's all they see me do is prep. And my grandson, he growing up being a prepper. So when he get older, he gonna say, my granddad always did this. Matter of fact, I got a nephew. You know, y'all met Grady. He he posted something on Facebook, because I got Facebook, but I don't really be on that much, about me being a prepper, because this lady had posted a video about what happened to her during that Texas freeze a couple of months ago. That they were staying in the house. They thought it was cute. You know, it was the Corpus Christi, I guess, crispy. And they were looking out the window. They seen snow coming down and ice out there on the sand. And they said, "Oh, that's cute." Until it got to 14 degrees that night, and they had no heaters and nothing but a few blankets. Their kids' hair was frozen to the bedboard. I mean, it's all cute until it really gets serious, and that's what happened. You know, and now that lady say she will be prepping for the rest of her life because she didn't know it could happen. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. It could happen to you. It could happen to me. It could happen the next day. And we can't wait. Oh, the president on TV. We can't wait to say, "Well, I'll do it tomorrow," because there is no tomorrows. We right now we in the mix right now. Let's see, Donna say Mitch is in my state. He's been leading for 100 years. Ditch Mitch, Mitch McConnell. Okay, yeah, you out in Kentucky, something like and good mags. Don't trust the government. That's right. I mean, we need them because we're part of the government, we're part of America, but I don't trust them. When they come tell me they're going to help me, I'd be skeptical until I see it. And then you got some that say yes and some that say no, but it's all like, you don't know. They just like they flipping a coin. The shelves at my store are starting to empty due to delays in our supply chain. Yeah, they're getting kind of thin. I just ordered some butane and propane yesterday, and I'm waiting on Corpus Christi really see snow maybe 3 times in the last 40 years. Yeah, because they right there on the court. That's the Corpus Christi, Body of Christ. Okay. That's TXG. He's in the house. TXG. It cut off. Yeah, that's they warning me. You know how it is. They call me and let me know if I'm starting to talk too much, and then all of a sudden my channel will start buffering and I lose all this other stuff. But anyway, Brian Barbie says, "I am giving my family long-term freeze-dried 30-day buckets for the holiday again, like I said last year." Thank you. They can thank me. You know what, Brian? You know you can't get no Argus. You know, Argus is out of stock. You know, they shut down. Matter of fact, they shut down for like 90 days. So it'll be after Christmas, unless you go to Wise Mountain House. I got some Wise. You know, I got some Mountain House too. I got both. But I'm just saying, Argus was the second largest next to Mountain House. But like I say, they shutting down the food. You know, 30-day food, long-term food. Okay, Jenny Stowe's in the house. Purple City Prepping is in the house. It says, Jenny Stowe says, "I say that two prep bet. I think it is geo engine Iran. It's the geo engineering. I heard something about that. The geometric storm warnings and the solar flares that are suspected. I think you're talking about the solar flares, that the geometric storm warning that they have out right now. Yeah, see, I read too much. I'll be up. Okay, Canadian cabin girl, gotta get back to work. Take care, my friend. You be safe up there. You know, because you up there on the other side of the border, and you know you're gonna get some cold weather pretty soon. So you take care. Conscious, conscious growing gardeners. Good afternoon. Prepare Biden's on TV. Get ready for mumble rap. Yeah, I just said Biden was on TV because my TV's in the other room and I can look back here and I can see it. Yeah, so I don't listen to what he say because I can't understand him. It's like talking to a baby sometimes. Then the show, Donald, loud thumbs up. The hat. Where is my hat? I got hats in the back. I got a lot of hats. I wear a lot of hats. Let's see. Fair, better, and freeze dried is just a way too expensive. You right now it is, but back when I bought mine, It wasn't that expensive. You know, they was giving 50% discounts. They was advertising it everywhere. But now they know you got to have it. And now that the multimillionaires, I can't just say millionaires, the multimillionaires are stocking up again. You know, this happened once before where you couldn't find none of the brands. Where you couldn't find no Wise, no Mountaintop, or Argus. You couldn't find nothing. That when they first started building those compounds out in New Zealand and in Greenland and in Iceland, they got them all over the world. Whatever comes, they don't know which one they're gonna go to, but they got them ready. You know, these multimillionaires where they can build $1 million compound. They won't even scratch a dent in their paychecks. But I'm just saying that's what's going on right now. They are really expanding on their products and stuff. And they buying everything on the shelves. Pretty soon you're gonna see people at the store fighting over toilet paper again. Sad. And those unprepared people that will be doing this, knocking on the door. Can I please come in? We don't have any toilet paper. We don't have any wipes. We don't have anything to eat. Can I come in? Yeah, you can't come in here. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. All right, everybody. AP said New York City stealing is getting bad. Yeah, I seen that video yesterday, and I seen the one he did today. Yeah, we've been having that problem for a while here, especially in the summertime. We mostly have it with gangs of youth. What they do, it'd be like 30, 40 of them. They get together and they all flood into one store. You know, flash mobs. They all flood into one store and they grab all the potato chips and everything they can and pop a beer. But they don't try to grab beer because most of them are teenagers. And they grab everything they can and they all go out. There's 20 of them. What you gonna do? If you a guy in the store, a lot of moms and pop store, or a gas station that sells stuff, or a Rite Aid or something like that. I mean, if some 20 kids come in and start grabbing all the stuff off the shelf and just walk out, what are you gonna do? I mean, you can't do nothing. It's 20-1. You might get stumped. And it happens here. But matter of fact, the last time it happened was in Coventry. You know, we used to have a nice festival up there. They had a Coventry festival. That's like our artsy craft place over there, you know, the yuppie place. And they came up there and they went up there and they did that to a couple of stores not last summer, but some for last, and they canceled all the festivals. They did it on 185th too, which we used to have a nice festival down there, and they did it down there. So every time they do it, they just cancel all the festivals, they cancel all the stores because they just take it away from so much. I miss them festivals, you know, bingo and stuff like that. They used to have rides for the kids, and these fools go out there and they do that. It is mostly the teenagers that's doing it here. Like I said, they do the flash mob thing, and they get together. They call each other on the phone, and they make plans, and they all hook up. You know, they pass it along to their friends, and they think it's funny, and they go in there and they ruin these people's businesses. They ruin it for people that just want to go. Anyone still using kerosene heaters? I don't have a kerosene heater. I got some old kerosene lanterns my father left me, some Coleman kerosene lanterns. You know, but I don't use them. You know, but in fact, I think I got some white gas downstairs that's I got to get rid of because I think it's been in there for years, but it's over by the lanterns. No, I don't use them. Pew pew for them. You can't you can't do that, Donna. You can't do that. I would love to be able to do that, but we do have one thing we have that I'm so grateful for in Ohio is that we do have the castle law. And now we got the standing ground law here in Ohio. So I'm not, like I say, I'm not so much worried about people kicking in my door and walking back out or coming through a window and walking back out. You know, they may come in straight, but they're going to walk out with a limp if they're lucky. Because, I'm just so grateful we don't have that here. Thank you, my governor, for signing that bill. That's Mike DeWine. A lot of people don't like him, but I like him. I voted for him. And I'm not ashamed to tell people I voted for him. He tries. Yeah, like Kasich. That's another one, but that's another stuff. Then so in Oakland, they put up a window, and they have to ask at the register for what they want. Would they have to pay for it? Wow, that's in Oakland. Hold up. Excuse me. Excuse me 1 second. I got a smudge on here. I'm about to put my finger on there. Yeah. Oh, that's better. Yeah. Now I can see. Okay. Hey, Whitey Farm is in the house. Whitey Farm, how you doing? And Red October's in the house. How you doing? He said, lock the doors, you. I'm not worried. Like I say, Wayne's Adventures in the house. How you doing? I would lock the doors once they come. But I'm gonna tell you, everybody that's on here listening to me right now, I guarantee it. I'm telling you now, I guarantee it that if things get bad and the governor of your state or the president of our country decide to do another lockdown, and then this food shortage continue, and all of a sudden the economic problems happen. We did have a problem a couple of months ago where the banks wasn't working for like one day, but people don't remember that. We got short-term memory that they will be coming. We will be coming to your neighborhood. They will be knocking on your door. It's a conscious growing gardening grow. Say I used to work at Walmart, and when the pandemic hit, they were holding back some of the inventory for the customers. Yeah, well, no, Walmart is not going to do layaway this year. That's a big deal for people like me. When you got kids, you used to put stuff in layaway. Now there's no layaway for the poor people, so you got to go in there. You got to buy it all at one time. I would have people standing in the corners with chainsaws. Yeah, chainsaws. I like that. How we? That is how I feel. Okay. Good to see you. Yeah. Let's see. October. Yep. Just say it's Courtney. That's Courtney. That's Why Not Farm. I miss Kmart. I miss Kmart too. I miss Kmart. Yeah, I grew up a Kmart fan, man. I used to always drive to Kmart. We had this other place out by the racetrack called Zares. I used to go out there Zares too. But I used to love Kmart. I don't even know how they went out of business. We had a super Kmart. Hey, Fallen Skies, Homestead and Preparedness is in this channel. Just waiting for the winter. It's coming. It's coming. And it's gonna be bad. So I even did a video or talked about it because everybody else already done covered everything I wanted to say. Because we all know how bad it's gonna be. They what they call it now? The dark winter. Yeah, I just can't wait to see it. All right, so why I'm here, and I think the AI is not really watching me, I hope. But let me mention something I said before. Remember I told you about that robot I seen doing the dance at I think of Mizzou games, one of the college games, and it was just doing all that little Michael Jackson dance machine stuff. That same robot I seen on a Facebook page or YouTube page or whatever with a story had a sniper rifle strapped on the back. I told them I said you could put a what's that a Gatling gun on the back of that, and it'll kill everybody in the whole room. And now they actually experimenting with putting rifles on the back of these things. So I just said it's coming. People ain't paying attention, but AI is so dangerous. It's so dangerous. It cuts off your information, and pretty soon it's going to be patrolling our streets because I see where some police forces are actually asking for robots. Mm-hmm. It's coming. Yep. Because right now we're being distracted by all these other problems we got. Like I say, bad things happen in threes. So what can you do? These days we are more like 6 meals away from anarchy instead of 9 meals away. Yeah, we right there on the cusp of SHTF. It's right there. Don't forget about Value City on Miles. Oh yeah, Value City. Wow. Conscious Garden, you must be from Cleveland. You remember Value City, yeah. Value City, Zares, all that stuff. Out there in Northfield, yeah. Yep. Now they used to have Randall Park Mall out there. Now they had that big ass mall they had out there that was like 8 blocks long, It ran from Northfield Road to, I guess, Libby Road. It's not in miles on the backside. Now that place is Amazon, one of the big Amazon centers, and they finna build another one down in Canton. Amazon dig some bunkers at Foxhole because this is SHTF now. You pretty close to it. Like I say, we right on the cusp. Like I say, we 77% there. Let's see, and this place for say rice, dried beans, flour, powdered milk, powdered eggs, powdered powdered peanut butter, sugar, salt, seasoned water, canned goods, canned pudding, etc. Oh yeah, get you some get you a good pantry, get it stocked up. Get it stocked up because you're gonna need it, or else you're gonna be down at the food pantry looking for food. Seeds are good because once this winter break and the weather break, you're gonna have to start planting your own food because it might not be able to buy food. It might be a shortage on everything, and you might not be able to buy fresh tomatoes, cucumbers, or carrots, greens. All that might be unable to be attained. You are right. Boston Dynamic is the company that's making those robots. Yeah, you know what? Matter of fact, they had a robot ad on one of them somebody's YouTube channel I was watching. They did. They had the robot ad on there. I say, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, but they coming. They coming. They gotta make money. And like I said, I did see that robot ad on somebody's channel. Let me tell you what the robots was doing. They were cooking French fries. They were cooking French fries and working in the kitchen of this restaurant. It was just basically a robot arm, and it was flipping the French fries, flipping the burgers, flipping the burgers. It was working in the restaurant. That's a job that somebody didn't want that the robots done took over. And pretty soon, people gonna find out that they're giving away their jobs because see, these guys they're gonna start. They already seen the robot service. I told you about that. These guys know they don't have to pay health insurance, life insurance. Robots don't get sick. They don't have to pay all that stuff. They don't even have to pay salary. They pay a monthly fee to have them robots taken care of. And you know how much money people like to save, and that's what they're gonna do it. And it's gonna hurt a lot of people. And that's when we come with the UBI, as I've mentioned several times in the past. I'm just mentioning it again, that it's gonna happen. Let me tell you something strange I've seen. It was a throwback to something. 5 people got killed by a guy with a bow and arrow. A bow and arrow out of nowhere. 5 people. That guy had to be like what was his name? What was his name? Angry Pepper said Legolas from Lord of the Rings or Daryl. If you're a Walking Dead fan like me, that guy. I mean, that was something else. 5 people with a bow and arrow. That's amazing. Some people can't kill 5 people with a gun in their stand point blank. But that was wild. And they caught him too. They say he was a terrorist. That just goes to show you, handguns don't always kill people. People kill people. So I guess they're gonna ban all bow and arrows too. It's like we had that one guy with an axe over here in Cleveland a few years ago. That's a whole other story. Yes, sir. Cleveland born and raised. All right. Yep. I'm sitting over here. I'm in Glenville. Yep. So that's not that far from Northfield. I go straight. 10-minute ride through the city. 10-minute ride through the city. I'm there because the casino is out there. It got one downtown, but I haven't been in a while. Let's see, Rolling Farms. Let's see. This is huge one. Where Rolling Acres used to be. Oh, okay, yeah, Rolling Acres in Akron. Yeah, we used to have a store out there when I was a youngster, and I was working for State Jewelers and Distributors. We had one at Rolling Acres Mall. Every Thursday morning, I would work at the food bank. Someone in family does it. It makes me cry. You see how the people need help. Yes, and a lot of people need help. I see it a lot, especially when I was carrying mail. I would see all the homeless, and I would see all the hungry people, and I would see families just barely scraping along. And then I would see some that was abusing the system too. But most of the people, I say 95% of the people that I knew, that I met, They were barely scraping along. I mean, it is a shame because I used to have that big high rise on 55th that I used to deliver to, and that's senior citizen building. Either you're disabled or over 55, you can live in there, and they were barely scraping up enough money to live there. That was crazy. The robots are not purchased, but are leased. Yes, I would say they lease them. You can't buy them, you can lease them. Kiki. Bedford, Ohio. All right. Bedford. Wow. I got a friend that live out in Bedford. Yeah, she lives out there. Bjorn said compound bow that killed many little skill. Wow, little skill. Butter knife sharpened up, duct tape, and a bamboo would do the job. Okay. Akron. Okay. Well, we got a lot of people from Ohio in here. I mean, Northeast Ohio. We right around the corner. Akron is not that far. I got relatives that live in Kent. Well, Monroe Falls, I should say. I got relatives live in Monroe Falls. I got a couple of nieces, uh, brother-in-law. Very purpose sustainable is the key. If you are prepping and not sustainable, then your resource clock is ticking. That's right. Because the hardest thing to do is once you get low on supply, and can you resupply? It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, especially in the city. It might be nearly impossible because you're gonna have to deal with a lot of marauders, wolves, coyotes. Once you leave the safety of your bunker or your safe place and go out to try to find something that you need, that's why I say you should have everything you need. Preferably, you should stock up on medicine if you can, water, first aid stuff, because once you leave your house, once you leave your castle, you go out on that street, you might not come back. You might not come back. Let's say have to go restocking and more water to get peace and love, fellow earthlings. Yeah, don't get snatched up by the lizard people. They drag you down the sewers, and next thing you know, your picture be on the milk carton. I don't even know they still put people on the milk cards anymore. Okay, let's see. The show. So you guys think there are any robots on these ships to build? As a hold up, maybe we might be steadfast Americans than originally thought. You know what? I did a video. I had a dream. And you see all the containers out there, all them ships out there. I had a dream once that we were under siege, that we were under attack from China, Korea, and Russia all at the same time, that they were the three Axis powers. And they came with those container ships and they pulled into these docks and they opened up the door on them with container lids, and hundreds of thousands of drones came out, just flying out like locusts. If you ever see that movie, with Morgan Freeman was the president and Gerard Butler was his bodyguard, they were blowing up the CIA people out there with them drones. That's what I had dreamed, and all this, and they just came right up. People say, well, they don't have the air power. You can open up them drones. Look at how many container ships are out there. People didn't understand how many ships are out there. You know, they might even have soldiers in there, and we don't know what's in those ships. We don't know what's in there. They can open up and tanks started rolling out. That's what I'm saying. And people say, well, we can never be invaded. Stop dreaming. Stop dreaming because I was dreaming. But we can be invaded because if I could think of 1,000 ways it could happen, they can too. They don't always gonna just ride over and do a red dawn and start parachuting out of the thing. They ain't gonna do that. That they know that's a dead man's thing. Nope, they'll sneak in. They always sneak in. Everybody sneaks in because we do it all ourselves when we go over to other countries. A lot of times, what they call incursions. Okay, need to stock up on meds and pharmaceuticals. That's right. That's right. Let's say like I Am Legend, don't be seen. He got killed by a bear. No, that's the ritual. That's Legend of the Fall. I Am Legend. That's where Will Smith, he was running from them zombies. Oh man, don't get me started talking about zombie movies and I've been watching The Walking Dead. Zombie movies. Man, I love zombie movies. Stardust. Stardust is also from Ohio. Let's see how y'all hope everybody is doing good. Conscientious grower, we are already starting to go our outside garden for the fall, so we are prepared. Okay, excited. My sister is in Tennessee, and we had a dream about drones spying and attacking on her house. She lives in a mountain without a lot of people around. You know what? You know, my roots are from Tennessee. You know, I was born in Cleveland, but my father, my mother, they were born in Tennessee. You know, down there in a small town, Shelbyville, and your sister might be right because like I said, I seen a video, and they had all these drones and specks on top of the world, and I didn't know what they were, but they were drones. Somebody reminds me of that. And we are being watched 24 hours a day. Then I did a video about when I checked into it about the United States got drones that fly 500 days without stopping. 500 days. Man, I can't go a week without stopping. If I was flying something. Let's see, if things get really bad, the farmers would need to protect their livestock. Yeah, things get bad. I pity the Amish people, because a lot of people sitting up here right now, they sit up here thinking that, oh, I'm gonna get out the city, I'm gonna go to Amish country. Okay, keep thinking like that. But you got to remember numbers. See, people don't forget. People forget numbers. All they see is just themselves. But you got to remember, when you decide you want to go to Amish country like Sugar Creek and stuff like that, which is here, or in Pennsylvania, you know, where they got that Lancaster, where they got the big Amish community. If you think you're gonna go there and just impose on them people, you got a wrong thing coming. They thinking just like you. Stay away from my door. Don't come to my place. Don't bring that stuff here. They're not gonna take you in. See what I'm saying? And so when this caravan or this refugee train start to rolling, they're not gonna be welcoming, especially when you start passing through a lot of other communities. Okay, Stardust is in Southwest Ohio near Dayton. Okay, you down there with I got a guy down there, Eric Olinger. He's Trotwood. He's down in Trotwood, Ohio. Yeah. Let's say Jenny shows legends with Will Smith. Those people got vaccine for cancer. That is what happened to those people in the movie. Yeah. It's always something, man. I used to watch those movies. I say, wow, like 28 Days Later and all that. There's always some kind of messed up stuff going on. I used to love Godzilla movies when I was coming up, you know, waiting for the radioactive giant lizards to come out. But now it's not. Now it's bacteria and stuff. Drop City is in the house. How you doing, Drop City and Wayne's Adventure? Drop City Farm Family Garden says, I think they expanded the draft to women because when people talk about the jobs, they can draft people to fill those holes like they're doing in the hospital with National Guard forced labor. Nope, they drafted women. I think I said that a couple of months ago that they started start drafting women. They drafted women because women can fight. Don't underestimate them. Women are fighters. They tough. Every other country have women fighters. We the only one that don't. You know, Israel. It's mandatory that when you get a certain age, you got to do, I think, 2 years in the military. Mandatory. Every citizen, regardless, male or female, 2 years. You got to go into the military. We're one of the few countries that don't do it, you know. But don't underestimate women fighters. Women can fight. They just as tough as nails as men. Okay. That's why they want them. And some of them are just as smart. You know, I'm not saying that men are smarter than women. I'm just saying I met some really smart women. Anyone here have an alternate communication system that works? Now I don't have. I got walkie-talkies just in case the phone systems go out and stuff like that. And my walkie-talkies is only limited to 10 miles, 10 kilometers. But then again, you know, that's always based on where you at and the trees and business. So I figured that my walkie-talkies don't be maybe limited to maybe 4 or 5 miles. But like I said, I do have walkie-talkies. I got a bunch of walkie-talkies that everybody gonna have. But like I said, that's basically from when you hear. Other than that, I got radios. I don't have any ham radios or anything like that where I can talk to other people farther away. I'm basically gonna be limited to my surrounding area, 4 or 5 miles. As far as communication, they have boomsticks and boomsticks, big boomsticks. I got boomsticks. This is my boomstick. Yeah, I graduated from Central and Curtin. Good people, but they won't be able to help if there's nothing available to help with. Wow. Hey, friend Hanley Maid, how you doing? Yes, that's my friend Hanley Maid. I like her channel. When I get a chance to watch a lot of channels, I haven't been watching a lot of channels lately. I've been watching a lot of lives, and a lot of lives take up a lot of time. Okay. Yeah. Definitely should have some walkie-talkies. Yeah, I got walkie-talkies. Like I said, I got a lot of supplies. I got a lot of supplies. Like I said, I had to get some more propane and some more butane, you know, for the winter. Get ready, because I got the big buddy heaters. They run on propane, and then I got a couple of stoves. Well, if you watch my videos, you know what I got as far as that go. Alternative food cooking sources. Let's see. It's hard to keep up with the channels. I totally, yeah, I know. So I've been trying to keep up with as many as I can. Let's see. Drop Family say I have CBs and portable hams. I don't have any ham radios, but I know a lot of people that have them. Yeah. Always be good. Always a good chat here. Yeah, because I won't be on too much longer. Information about anything. Said the man will be the key. Yes. Guess what? Information is always going to be the key. Matter of fact, I said in one of my videos, I held up one of my little box with the radio in it. Say this is going to be the most important thing that I'm gonna need: communication, because you never know what's going on. And then again, you got to worry about the information you do get, because they might be lying to you. You know what I mean? Because you don't want them to lie to you. If times get rough, you need to know how to process wild game. Yeah. I'm going to do a lot of fishing. We got we got a lot of wild animals around here. Mostly squirrels, but my dogs, he trying to catch them. Can't catch them. We need to work on our supplies. We still everything we need. We can't get it all at once, so we can get it. Well, Hanley May, you can get you one of them big old mooses. One of them moose that be up there. Get you a big moose you can eat for a month, maybe 2. The weather cool. Yeah. No, I haven't gotten. Right now we in Indian summer. It's 80 degrees today here. Like I say, the weekend supposed to drop down to the high 40s at night and low 60s in the daytime for the weekend. For the football game, it's supposed to be 62 with some rain. That's Sunday, but no, we haven't gotten it yet. But it's gonna come because this is October. Got a lot of urban deer around here. Yeah, that's what we got. We got a lot of deer. I had deer in my yard about a year ago, 2 years ago. Well, a year had them too, but they weren't in my yard. They were the yard over across the street. Yeah, we got a lot of deer. We got a lot of deer in Ohio. That's one thing about Ohio. We got a lot of deer, but we got a lot of stupid deer hunters that might shoot you by mistake. We carrying you back for some food. But like I said, if somebody come to your house, it's up to you what you want to do. I mean, you gotta have. It's gonna be having consequences if you let the wrong people in. Well, ain't nothing said about that. You know what I'm saying? If you let the wrong people in, I can't tell you what to do. All I'm gonna say is don't open the door. Have I ever hit a deer when driving? No, because they got signs posted. When I'm going through Lakeshore Boulevard, which is not that far from me over in Brighton, they got signs posted. And remember this: if you out there, there's never one deer. Deer always runs in a pack. It's never one deer. If you see one deer, it's gonna be 2 or 3 more coming right behind that, maybe 4. But every time I seen deer, it's always 3 or 4. So when I see the one deer, I just stop and look around, make sure that the other 2 or 3 are not falling behind them. But I have seen them, but I have never come that close to hitting them because I don't speed. I drive slow. Deer wasting disease is getting more prevalent. Yeah, I heard that. And I also heard something about the deer got that virus too, but I ain't gonna even talk about that because, like I mentioned at the beginning, it's certain keywords that this thing is watching for. Like I say, AI, virus, and I forgot the other one. It don't matter because I'm not gonna say it. I'm about to get ready to get off of it. Like I just wanted to tell everybody about what's going on, with the political system out here. Excuse me, my chair. Like I say, people pretend that all this stuff is not real. They go ahead, pretend. Don't be prepared. When things do come bad and fall down around you, and they looking at you, they say, I am going to Urban Grandpa's house because I know he got stuff. But if they watch my videos, they're not welcome. I'm only gonna have a few people that I'm gonna let in, but I can't let everybody in because I can't feed the world. I'm not the UN. I can't feed everybody. We got to feed ourselves. You got to be prepared. Like I say, the only thing we can do for sure is pray. That's the only thing we can do for sure. Stand your ground law here in Ohio. Shout out to Mike DeWine. That's why I said earlier. I'm so glad we got that stand your ground law here. Nikki says she got deer like roaches up here. Yeah, they always war. Yep. Deer wasting disease. We have a little head of 8 hanging in our pastures right now. They are hiding from the hunters. Yeah, they're hiding from the hunters. And you will have a rooftop garden. No, I don't. I can't. My roofs are slanted, because of where I live at, snow and stuff. Fried roaches with hot sauce will be on the menu if things get bad. Yeah, it'd be like that Sylvester Stallone movie, Demolition Man. He was in the sewers and they served him rat because they didn't really eat meat. They didn't have real meat. And he was eating the rat. He didn't know what it was. He thought it was hamburger. He said, "Whoa, this is good sandwich." And the lady told him, "That's a rat." He said, "Okay." He was still eating it. Yeah, we gonna be eating things that we won't be eating. Hopefully, we never had to get to that point. If we get to that point where we're actually eating rats and insects and all that stuff, then society is totally gone. There's no coming back when you get to that point. I was just hoping that if we do have a collapse and we get to a point that we still be in the industrial age, that maybe we might have to go back to small engines like steam engines and stuff like that. No nuclear plants or none of that stuff. That we might have to, like steam engines, we can all do that, small engines and stuff like that. But we go all the way to a total apocalypse collapse where all your cities are in total ruin and everything is burned down and you got zombies walking the streets. Those are the crackheads. And you got wolves. Those are the guys that run around trying to kill them. Then we're in really big trouble. We are in really big trouble. Like I say, I watched The Walking Dead. Oh, I love The Walking Dead. I really get into it. And in The Walking Dead, they kept trying to build up communities and stuff like that. They kept trying to, do all this, finding places to live. They had all these different places. What they have, what was that one place? They had the junkyard. They had Alexandria, Hilltop. They had the Kingdom, Oceanside, Terminus, Woodbury, all these places, the hospital. And they try to bring back normalcy to society. I hope we never had to get to that point where we had to actually go out and create our own communities, because that means the communities that we live in are no longer there, and so they no longer exist. That means a world without rule of law is now in place. And you don't want to never be in a world without rule of law because there is no law. If something happened, you can't get on your phone and call the police because there is no police. Yeah, okay. So I'm just saying, I'll find what's going back to 1800, though, but the simple life. I don't want to go back that far. Turn of the century would be okay, but I don't want to go back to horse and buggy. No, I don't want to go back to horse and buggy. Well, people will actually do a lot of walking. Donna say, nah, heck no. There's a lot of plants to eat too. Nice plants, not nasty. Oh yeah, you can eat dandelions. I know this one guy. He used to make dandelion wine. He was Greek. He's old guy too. He was like, I met him. He was already 70 years old. He was making his own wine, dandelion wine. Yeah. The prisons. Now, if Grady was here, he could tell you about the prisons because at one point up here, when the pandemic thing happened, they released not all the prisoners. They released all non-offender prisoners, and they had put them under house arrest. Yep, you know how that worked out, don't you? They would have re-arrested them again. Yeah, because they couldn't keep them in there. Our prison is our local prison, local jail, downtown prison. But we do have like 7, maybe eight here in Ohio. And they all overcrowded. We got overcrowded big time. We got the one out in Lorraine by Elyria. It's overcrowded. They all overcrowded. Somebody getting rich because mostly all of them are private now. Mostly all of them are private. Somebody making money on other people's misery. That's crazy, but that's the way it is. Somebody say we need to make some money. Let's go by a prison. Enough movement of places talk about issues surrounding the pandemic. Organized. Called the Enough movement. I think I seen something about that. I think I did rearrest them. Yeah, they do. They do. They rearrest them all. And, the one guy was so inventive. They had him they had a ankle bracelet on him. Now you hear people talking about the ankle bracelet. They take them off and they put them on their dogs. They put them on their cats and stuff like that. This guy, he had his ankle bracelet and he took it off and he put it on a squirrel. He had a squirrel. This squirrel just run around the yard, one house to the next house, and he had this guy's ankle bracelet on. But that's a whole other story. It's just crazy that the people do. And like I say, we might be in with some trouble with this solar flares thing that's coming. The moon and the sun and all that stuff is out there right now being aligned up. And the solar flares this time of year are really bad. And so we might have a problem with our grid, talking about EMPs and stuff like that. So I don't know. We don't want to be blindsided. Let's see what else we got. So look here, I'm not going to really talk too much longer. Like I said, I'm going to start cutting my talks short because usually they cut them short for me because I start to rant. But I'm not. Let's see, but catch and release is what Angry Pepper said. He's fed up with. Yeah, they got to do that because they don't want to put those prisoners in these facilities that's overcrowded, especially with that thing going on out there, that endemic thing. Yep. But like I say, if you really, really, really want to know what's going on, just follow the money. Like I say, and I'm always following the money. Like I follow the money about what's going on with Washington, why this bill is not passing. And I done came up with some names and some numbers, and it's sad. And the worst part about it is that I can't really talk about it. I can just throw out some gradual numbers about who's backing this stuff. And like I said, it's the big oil and the big pharmaceutical companies, especially the big pharmaceutical companies. Why are they trying to stop this bill? And the only thing I came up with is because it got Medicare in there, where they're going to lower the age for Medicare from 65 down to 60. They don't want people to get free eye care and free dental care. They fighting it, and they don't want them to. You know how if you got I got Blue Cross and Blue Shield here, they only gonna pay so much of the bill, and they telling the the people that send those bills, this is what we're gonna pay. We ain't paying no more. But they want to stop that and set their own price. But that's a whole nother story. Then I say that it's the rich that's donating all this money that want to get rich, you know, and it's the top 500 or 600 corporations that's doing it. You think corporations are your friend? They're not. And then it's the rich, mega rich, the super millionaires that's out there trying to stop it too, because they're gonna have to pay for it. And they never had to pay for anything before in their life, but they're gonna have to pay for this, and they don't want it to happen. So they're gonna throw that money out, pay them corporate Democrats to stop this at all costs. At all costs. They're gonna spend some money because it's gonna cost them some money. But anyway, that's enough of that. I just want to get that out there, make sure people understand that that's what's happening down in Washington. So don't be waiting on getting that money anytime soon, because right now it's a battle. It's a battle out there. It's a battle, and they act like we don't know what's going on. But I wish that I would be able to pick these people out and tell you who they are. But you'll find out when you see them on the ballots. Then you'll pick them out. Then you need to get rid of them. 40-year politicians should never be in there for 40 years, especially when they ain't doing nothing. All they doing is getting rich. 40 years, and I almost said shit. I guess I can't go through a video without saying shit at least once. So I'm sorry if I said shit. But, so like I say, they need to get out. They've been in here 40 years, and you can't do nothing better than what we already did. They still too busy worrying about what happened on January 6th. Yeah, well, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, let's see what's going on. Let's see. Drop County for the movie called Moonfall. Yeah, I seen the highlights. The moon is actually falling into the earth, yeah. But the earth will tear apart before it hit because of the gravity pull. But it's a movie. It's a movie. Take care, everyone. Keep on prepping. I got to go now. Bye-bye. See you later, Stardust. Okay. A place to vent and get support. Yes. Okay. Arkansas living, yeah. In Chicago, right. I think you will be able to see the aurora borealis. Yeah, they say skies clear up. We can see it here in some parts. Let's see. Just shows localizing action guide. This sounds good. Or good organization. Local futures. Check them out. At least a plan to start with anyway. Yeah. Yeah, but like I say, after all is said and done, and we do get to that point where the government and the media and local news and everybody start telling you we're now in a total collapse. We would have been in a total collapse if they didn't pass this bill for the next 90 days, where they would have shut down the government. That would have been a total collapse. And it's coming because it's got to come back again in a couple of weeks in December. So I'm just saying, prepare, because it's coming. The politicians are doing it to us. Other countries are doing it to us. And worst of all, we're doing it to ourselves if we don't prepare. And that's all I want to say. Whatever we do got consequences, And I don't want us to be one of the people that causes ourselves and our families to be put in a bad situation. We say who wins this Sunday? Browns gonna win Sunday. Matter of fact, I think Vegas got the Browns by 2-point favorites. We at home. It's gonna be raining. It's gonna be wet, and that means we run the ball. Yeah, we're gonna win Sunday. Browns are gonna win Sunday. All right, then. I'll see everybody later. I've been on here an hour and 8 minutes. I wasn't planning on talking more than an hour. Like I said, I'm trying to cut my talking down because, like I said, I have a tendency to start to drift and start saying some things and get my chat cut short. All right, then. I'd like to thank everybody for showing up, and thank you, YouTube.